Well, so the local Black Stars have qualified for the semi-final of the CHAN tournament. Who are they facing? Nigeria. All I'm expecting from all my Ghanaian and Nigerian friends are the messages that will come in through the short code 1760, and also get on my Facebook wall. It's Nathaniel Attoh, Citizen Attoh, as we talk ahead of the semi-final of the CHAN tournament on Wednesday. What do you make of the performances of the two teams? I'm talking about Ghana and, of course, Nigeria. That big comeback. And many people refer to it as the Liverpoolish comeback. Remember the Champions League final between Liverpool and AC Milan some years back when Liverpool came from 3 goals down to, spoil the party for the Italians. Well, this is the story that Nigeria are telling, a massive story of recovery. And of course, the local Black Stars are going bit by bit, 1 minute at a time. And it's a one-goal project, as we all say it here in local parlance. Well, Ghana versus Nigeria in the semi-final of the CHAN tournament. Your thoughts as we get into the details of these stories and more right here on Sports Today on the Joy Sports channel on Multi TV. Of course, I'll also be telling you about the Black Princesses who have qualified for the World Cup in Canada in August. But there are issues. The team needs to back up and the team needs to sharpen skill way ahead of time. Of course, Coach Bashir Hayford has been talking about this team and how he needs to do a lot more work to these girls so they get in the best of shape for the World Cup. Of course, we'll be taking you outside of Ghana. We'll be going into Europe where Barcelona are back on top after the last round of matches, match day 21. And of course, it's very tight at the top. It's 54-54 for Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. And then Real Madrid follow in third place with 53 points. It surely is going to be the most competitive season yet. And of course, the man Cristiano Ronaldo went on the pitch with his Ballon d'Or award. Well, also in tennis, some of the biggest surprises. Remember last week I was asking you about whether or not you were expecting any name out of the regular to win the tournament. Well, Stanislas Wawrinka, and of course he makes a name after Roger Federer, his fellow countryman, has dominated, in these Grand Slam competitions for a long time. 17-time Grand Slam winner. Now he's not in the final list. It's the man, Stanislas Wawrinka, who's going to take the headlines in the Australian Open for the next year. Remember, the Australian Open will return next year in January. So there is so much more to look forward to. We've also got international golf and other highlights for you right here on the show. You have to stay right here as we look back at the achievement of last night where Ghana qualified for the semi-final in the ongoing CHAN tournament. What are the chances against Nigeria? Who wins this game? What are your reasons why? Let's get talking. Nathaniel Attoh, Citizen Attoh on Facebook. Also, 1760, and it'll cost you only 30 Ghana pesos, irrespective of the network you are on. The newspapers are waiting for you to see what's in the front pages and all. You stay right there, a round of commercials, and we get straight into action. All right, so there we are. Let's get into what's in the newspapers for today. I've got quite a bit, and everybody's talking about the CHAN, the CHAN game, of course. But the front page of the Graphic Sports talks about Michael Essien, says it's a done deal. There we are. And Michael Essien moves to AC Milan. Remember the likes of Kevin Prince Boateng, of course, the man Mario Balotelli, Mario Bewa Balotelli. So he makes it there as well. Let's see how that goes for Michael Essien, of course, one of the key players that the Black Stars will be resting on for Brazil 2014. And it's Lukaku versus Suarez in the Merseyside derby. And I'll always blame Jose Mourinho for letting Lukaku go. Great player. And he's one of the players I'll be looking forward to seeing in the World Cup as he plays for his home country, Belgium. Was a key part of the qualification campaign and scoring some very important goals as well. And Australian Open champions Li Na and Stanislas Wawrinka are celebrated by the Graphic Sports Monday edition. Take a look at the lifestyle page, and it's the man who has a garage with bling. It's El Hadj Diouf, previous winner of the CAF African Footballer of the Year, the Senegalese international. So he's got a gold-plated Cadillac Escalade, a silver-plated won as well, a Mercedes-Benz McLaren, a customized Range Rover, and the list goes on and on. All right, so that's Senegalese international El Hadj Diouf. And, of course, they always love their little toys, don't they? Let's go into the center spread, and it's the Australian Open, the big moments of the Australian Open captured there. Look at that face, Pete Sampras. I ain't seen him in a while. Anybody who watched the matches saw him seated in the stands, and, you know, I'm sure he was telling himself, hey, man, I miss my days on the court. And, of course, the English FA Cup also there. Let's quickly get to the back page of the Graphic Sports newspaper, where there's double delight for the Black Princesses. Well, qualification is done, but there's a lot of work to be done. So the Black Princesses winning through a pulsating penalty shootout. And, of course, Ruth Africa is here with me in the studio. We'll be talking some more about the Black Princesses and how much hope we should have and how much reality we should face as well as the team prepares to face the rest of the world in Canada in a few months' time. Okay, let's get into what's on the 90 Minutes newspaper, also talking about Michael Essien. And it's Milan S Press, that's how they say it. Michael Essien will don the red and black jersey. So Michael Essien going to join Sule Ali Muntari. A lot of talk about a possible move for Sule Ali Muntari as well as we round up the transfer window. So there we are. A few more moments, of course. And he says he can't wait to play for Clarence Seedorf. So there we are. Michael Essien is already signing autographs. Already becoming the toast of the fans? Well. And Beckham gets naked for HM again. And Beckham will continue to rake in the cash, off the football pitch. Now, this is Juan Mata, who made his way out of Chelsea and is now in Manchester United. Many are making the argument that, well, he may not be the differentiating factor. He may not be, that extraordinary bit in the whole big picture. But, well, let's see how it goes for Juan Mata. And David Moyes is also promising that a lot more purchases will be made as we get along. So let's see who comes in and who goes out of Manchester United, who obviously are very troubled now. Let's take a look at the Sports Villa newspaper, and it says, no big deal, Essien can go. Michael Essien finds himself at AC Milan. That surely should spell good news for Coach Kwesi Appiah, who surely will make Michael Essien part of his major plans for Brazil 2014 as the Black Stars face Portugal, Germany, and the USA in the group stages of the Mundial. Also, we take a look at the Ghana Sports newspaper, which says that Michael Essien will earn $84,000 a week. So these are the Black Stars pals, Michael Essien and Sule Muntari getting reunited one more time. And Aguero scores hat-trick. Ronaldo displays Ballon d'Or at the Bernabeu. And I just have a funny feeling that, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to do even more after finally getting his heart's desire, which is winning the Ballon d'Or award. So Michael Essien is also there in the center spread of the Ghana Sports newspaper. So like I mentioned to you earlier, you can get through on 1760. Also, just remember that you can get on my Facebook wall. So we get talking about all the other stories we'll be bringing you right here on the show. So the local Black Stars are through to the semi-final of the CHAN tournament. and this was after staging sweet revenge over DR Congo, whom Ghana lost to in the very first edition, the final of the very first edition, which was held in Côte d'Ivoire some 5 years ago. Well, the local Black Stars have come a long way, a whole new crop of players. One surviving player from that squad, obviously, is goalkeeper Kidiaba, who could not do his dance, the one where he sits on his bum and, just rides on the grass. That should be a very, very tough dance to do. But welcome to Ruth Africa. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. Morning.
Okay. Yesterday you were at the Accra Stadium.
I was.
You saw the Black Princesses?
I did.
Okay, I'll be asking you whether or not you were impressed with their play and what you think they should do. So Ruth Africa, presenter stroke analyst here at Joy Sports, here with me in the studio as we do more on the matches that were played yesterday. So let's begin with the local Black Stars, and let's go to the highlights of the matches that were played yesterday. And of course, you will be marveled at the goals. If you missed the matches, you just will be marveled at the goals that were scored, especially by Nigeria, in that game against Morocco.
The encounter saw both sides trade early chances as Musini Lajour was kept out by Nigeria's keeper before Ozuchukwu headed over. But with over half an hour played, a 7-minute Moroccan rampage changed the complexion of the match.
3-on-2, Morocco should open the scoring here. Chip the keeper, that's how you finish. He goes for goal here! The man that set the FIFA Club World Cup alight has just given Morocco an all-important cushion goal. It's his second of the tournament. Lays it off with Delali! Morocco, unbelievably, in 7 minutes have now scored 3 against Nigeria.
Reduced to spectators in the latter parts of the first half, the Super Eagles took flight in the second when Ugonna Ozuchukwu drew one back 4 minutes after the restart, before Rabiu Ali sparked further Nigerian celebrations. His side still chasing the game, Chigozie Agbim kept Stephen Keshi's men in the hunt when he produced a point-blank save in the 62nd minute. Agbim's heroics would be rewarded in the dying seconds of the game, as Uzuenyi forced the battle into extra time.
Uzuenyi off the underside of the woodwork, the comeback is complete.
After a chance-filled yet goalless first period of extra time, Nigeria's turnaround was complete with 9 minutes to go. 4-3 the final score as the Atlas Lions fall at the hands of a determined Super Eagles.
For the first time in their history, the West Africans emerged as Group A winners, while Zimbabwe finished runners-up in Group B, having scored just once and conceding none. In the 10th minute, the Warriors doubled their tally for the tournament. A hopeful ball over the top found Simba Sitole, while Nish the volley which found the back of the net. The Eagles, who have only beaten their opponents once before, struggled to break into Zimbabwe's penalty area. They were forced to shoot from range as Ibrahima Sidibe put too much purchase on it. With 5 minutes of the first half remaining, Sitole had a chance to score his and his side's second, but his shot blasted over the bar. Again, finding the target was a problem for both sides. Mali's best chance fell on the stroke of half-time. A brilliant through ball found Lassana Diarra, who missed when it was easier to score. 1-0 to the Warriors at the break. Zimbabwe looked more threatening after the break, and they were awarded with their second thanks to a moment of brilliance from Kudakwashi Mahachi, dancing his way through the penalty area before coolly finishing.
Splendid goal, dancing his way into the 18-yard area, then dancing his way through the opposition defence to double Zimbabwe's advantage.
Mali struggled to work their way into the match, their most threatening coming with 15 minutes remaining, as substitute Hamidou Sinayoko unleashed a shot which once more failed to trouble the goalkeeper. They never gave in, however, and Zimbabwe's defence was finally breached for the first time in the tournament, Sinayoka's header setting up a nervy final couple of minutes. They couldn't find that dramatic late equaliser for it to finish 2-1, allowing Zimbabwe to reach the final four for the first time.
Sides lining up against each other in the last of the quarterfinals. Up against the more fancied Black Stars, the DRC fashioned out the first real chance of the clash, ballooned over by Dombe Mobele. Ghana had been lively without threatening in the opening half hour. Anything created, dealt with enough by the Leopards. The struggle to break the deadlock was one no side managed to overcome in the first 45 minutes as another chance sailed over the target. It was going to take some fortune for any side to open the scoring, and Ghana were very happy when they were handed a penalty after a handball in the area, and despite the DRC's protests, the penalty was well converted and the Black Stars started shining. While DR Congo tried their best to dim that shine, Ghana held on to the slender lead to keep their CHAN 2014 title aspirations alive, winning by a 1-0.
Decide who would join them in the semi-finals. 2 chances in the space of a minute at either end came close to opening proceedings, with the Gabonese set piece hitting the crossbar, before Ali Salama should have at least forced the keeper into a save. Libya came close with a free kick of their own midway through the half, but they would have to wait until after the break to finally have cause for celebration.
Omar has got an opportunity. Finds the back of the net. It's Libya ahead. His 10th goal of the tournament.
23 minutes later, the game then swung in favour of the Panthers, as the referee pointed to the spot after a foul in the box, leaving Daniel Kuzan to set up a tense final period.
Sends him the wrong way. It's 1-0. He came on yet at Peter Mokaba Stadium.
The match going into extra time, the Mediterranean Knights enjoyed the better of the post-regulation chances, as the woodwork and the keeper proved able adversaries. Still drawn at the end of extra time, the dreaded shootout ensued. The first 3 spot kicks went without incident, but a safe shot from Libya's number 1 and Sokambi Tati hitting the upright saw the North Africans go through 4-2 on penalties.
Game, set and match. Libya are through to their first Orange African Nations Championship semi-finals.
Ghana, Nigeria, Libya, Zimbabwe, these are the teams. Ruth, earlier you were talking about the quality of the goals that were scored.
It was, I mean, it's the type of goals being scored, it's goals you expect in the World Cup, and we don't even know that we'll see those type of goals, you know. But they scoring quality goals that you expect to see in the Premiership, and these are all local players right here in Africa, and I think that's really awesome.
And
for a tournament like this.
what does this do to the growth of the CHAN? You know, considering that it's only 5 years old and is still in its teething stages.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what the purpose of this whole CHAN tournament is, because you know they can have this tournament, but you know locally in each country, each league has to do well to produce like good players. But when you see goals like the Nigerian goals, the Libyan goal, that the last one that we just saw now, those are really, really good goals. And you don't see those in like all the leagues. Like if you watch the PSL, even in South Africa, it's not very often that you see those type of goals. And it's just, I'm not sure, for me, I'm not sure what they want to do, because the local leagues in Africa, there's a lot of work that needs to be done so that this tournament can actually be hyped up the way it's supposed to be hyped up.
All right, so you also send in your views. Remember, you can get on my Facebook wall, Nathaniel Attoh Citizen Attoh, and also the short code 1760. Let's take a few interviews after the game. And FA Vice President Fred Krenzel, he's been talking about the game and the prospects in the semi-final.
These guys,
we're certainly very proud of them. Before we left Ghana, we knew they were going to do very well, and you know, we're taking it game after game. And, you know, thanks be to God, we won today.
From the management level, what seems to be working for our team?
Well, it all depends on how we talk to the boys, incentives that we're giving them. And today, we were at their hotel to talk to them, you know, inspire them. And I believe the president was there as well, you know. So I believe that is what is working for us.
Have they performed beyond your expectations?
I wouldn't say they performed beyond my expectations. We're taking it game by game, and we'll still continue to win our matches. It's a one-goal project. That's what we are on.
Yeah, you just made mention of one-goal project. You sitting in the fans, normally, are you not too much worried about the one goal that you score, and always, you know, these guys put all of us in some kind of fear?
Well, there's a lot of pressure in football. You got to get used to that. We would have loved to score more, but in all the matches that we've played, we've scored only one goal. We'll work on that, and I believe that we should do well in our semi-final game against Nigeria.
So where do you go from here?
We're moving on, and when I say we're moving on, we're moving on.
Please look into the camera and tell Ghanaians something for us.
Well, what I tell Ghanaians is that they should have faith in this team, even though we're not playing the kind of football that all of them will want to see. We're winning our matches, and we'll continue to win our matches. They should pray for us. They should be solidly behind the team, and we'll go places.
All right, so there we are. FA Vice President Fred Krenzel, doing his own review of the game. And interestingly, Fred Krenzel says that, look, we're satisfied with the one-goal project that we're doing. We're scoring 1-1-1. It's not too safe, considering that a certain Nigeria can come from 3 goals down to win.
No, I think, look, I think the Nigerian team that went, they have taken up the responsibility because, this tournament, I was telling someone when Bafana was knocked out, it's like when you play in a number 10 jersey for whichever big team, for this local tournament, which shoes you're filling. So I think that the Black Stars, they need to do a whole lot better. It's not even something we should talk about or celebrate because 1-1-1 goal, the type of teams that they're playing as well, they should do much better because a lot of teams in Africa are afraid of playing against Ghana. And Ghana is probably one of the most popular teams on the continent. And they also have a lot of support in South Africa because they're Bagana. So they should do a whole lot better. There's no excuse for, the type of football that we're seeing and the type of goals that they're missing as well. They need to bury their chances. And this is an opportunity. 1 or 2 of them might even make the squad for the World Cup. You never know. And they should take up that opportunity.
All right, so we will now get into the camp again and take some reactions of some of the players after this game.
I thank God we were able to win the match. As you saw on the pitch, it wasn't easy for us. But all the same, we were able to manage to win by 1 goal to 0. So I thank God.
What's worth for you guys today?
Okay. As you can see on the pitch, it wasn't easy, but we thank Almighty God. We thank Almighty God because the Congolese, they came in all out, and we also came in all out. We determined to win this match, and that's what you saw on the pitch, and we were able to win.
1 goal project, and we keep going.
Yeah, it's good because some of them have scored 2 goals, 3 goals, but they are not in the tournament again. We are scoring 1 goal. We are still going for it, moving forward. So we thank God.
And you came on, you played very well. Personally, were you satisfied with the performance you put up?
I think tactically we did very well. They were possessing, and all 11 men, we had to come behind the ball. So I think we did very well. I'm very happy with our performance.
Also, we are winning. But are you guys not worried the fact that we are not able to score more goals? Always would have to rely on 1 goal penalty. Are you guys not worried?
The most important thing is the win. That is the 3 points. That it's the only thing that can qualify us. Whether it be 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, providing we are able to score and we are able to defend the goal, it's okay.
What was the main target coming into this game? Definitely, I know you guys were coming in to win.
Yeah, we were looking forward to 2 goals because 2 goals would be okay. In case they equalize, still we have 1 goal advantage. But we had a penalty, we scored, and we were able to defend the goal. So
I realized you picked up a knock. How serious is the injury?
It's not too serious. It's a minor injury, and I'm looking forward to probably tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to be better.
Tell Ghanaians who are watching you, your fans, your family, those who are watching you right now, tell them something.
I want to thank everybody, people from Dansoman, from Ghana, everywhere. We love them. They should keep supporting us. We need their prayers as well, so they should keep praying for us.
It was a very, very tough game because the DR Congo has been threatening to us since the start of the competition. Coming into this game, the players were all determined to do something for Mother Ghana. So I think we thank God for such a sweet victory.
I remember I spoke to you after a game against Libya, and you told me that, yes, you are so sure you will play. And today you had your chance. You started the game, your first ever game in this tournament. What do this mean to you?
First of all, give thanks to Almighty God because I wasn't playing in a normal position. As a player, you need to be determined and psych yourself up for any position which is going to be given to you by your coach. But as a central defender, shifting to number 2 position, it was very, very difficult. But I think the little knowledge I have about number 2 position, I think I did my best for Mother Ghana.
How serious is your injury?
As you said, I had a crash with the opponent striker, and I got wounded. But all the same, I think by Wednesday everything will be fine.
Before I take leave of you, we have a big game against Nigeria. this is one fixture that a lot of Ghanaians are looking forward to. I'm sure you guys are also looking forward to that.
Yeah. Nigeria, they are very, very good side. Their last match against Libya, they came all out to equalize and beat the Moroccans. I think it's going to be a tough game for Ghana, but with God on our side, why not? We are there to deliver for Mother Ghana.
All right, so there we are. What do you make of the players and their body language after winning this game?
This last player that just spoke, you can tell that he's in a lot of pain. He needs to rest. But I mean, I think they're confident. I think they're excited to play in the tournament, represent Ghana. But I just hope that they're not too confident for the game on Wednesday, because it's like a derby game. It doesn't matter who's on form. It's Ghana, Nigeria. That rivalry might, inspire the Ghanaian team to play well. But I think that they should really be careful, because Nigeria might just give them a good lesson in football, because they're playing exceptionally well at the moment. Okay, so it's Ghana, Nigeria, and who is your money on Ghana versus Nigeria? And this will be on Wednesday. Who wins this one? Remember that sporting rivalry between Ghana and Nigeria is a whole big book that needs a lot of time to be read. Okay, let's also get into my inbox. I've been getting some messages in my inbox as well on Facebook. Entry Boisiako Patrick says, Barcelona are still on the grind. We will be on top till the league ends. Messilina all the way. Okay. I don't know what Messilina means. Well, there's still more here on the show, and just send in your messages as we look ahead into the games that will be played in the semi-finals. Let's also talk briefly about Zimbabwe and Libya. You saw what they were able to do in the semi-final. Zimbabwe posting one against Mali, who initially were a big favorite. Mm-hmm. And then now you also see Libya, who are playing very, very well. Very, very well. I mean, I'm even surprised to see that Libya is still in the tournament. I don't even want to say that they had easy games or they had a good draw. I think the fact that they went there, they played well. I mean, really, props to them. Major, major props to them. They're doing really well. Some of those players, I mean, I think an ordinary football fan don't even know some of those players. We've never seen them before, because, when we speak football in Africa, we hardly speak about Libya, so it's good job to them. Beat Getafe by 1-0. Athletic Bilbao ripping Osasuna apart with that 5-1 drubbing. And of course, Rayo Vallecano sat back, and Atletico Madrid beat them 2-0. That's the game we just saw. Real Madrid beating Granada by 2-0. Real Valladolid beating Villarreal 1-0. And Valencia and Espanyol sharing the points in that 2-2 draw. Sevilla lost to Levante by 3-2. And of course, 6-goal thriller in the Celta Vigo Real Betis game. Celta Vigo winning 4-2 at home. So let's take a look at the table quickly, and this is what it's looking like. This is before the last round of matches were played. So Barcelona is actually on top. Barcelona topping the table there. And of course, so it's a 54 situation for Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. And of course, Real Madrid is in third place, and that's by way of update. So this table was just before the last round of matches was played. So match day 21 games all over now, and we've got a 54, 54, 53 situation. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid in third place. Okay, so this one is looking like, on the second part of the table. Okay, and this is it. Rayo Vallecano and Real Betis. Very uncomfortable with life at the bottom. Looking for him. All right, so there we are. AS Roma winning 3-1 away at Hellas Verona. AC Milan also winning 2-1 at Cagliari. And of course, you realized how silent the stands went when AC Milan scored those 2 goals. Inter Milan drawing goalless with Catania. And of course, it's worthy noting that the man, Clarence Seedorf, has scored a 100% record since starting off at AC Milan. So what was the problem
with Massimiliano Allegri. Well, Livorno scoring by 3-1 and winning that game. Of course, Parma beating Udinese by 1-0. And a bit of worry for Udinese there. Not too good. They've not been recording some consistent performances, and it's not been too good for them in recent times. Emmanuel Ajiman-Bedu is there, and with Ghanaian interest, you'd want to think that, they need to back up. Sampdoria and Bologna drew 1-1. Torino beat Atalanta by 1-0. And, of course, Napoli and Chievo Verona drawing 1-1. Same as Juventus and Lazio, which we saw earlier. So this is the table, and, of course, it's Juventus, AS Roma, Napoli, Fiorentina, and Inter Milan. And gradually we're going to see AC Milan jump up and move up to the top once they're able to maintain that you may have missed out on in the German Bundesliga. All right, so there we are. And now we get to the French Liga. Before we do that, let's take a look at the table in the German Bundesliga. So this is what we're looking at. This is the second half of the German Bundesliga table. All right, so that's the second half. Apologies for an inability to bring you the first half of the German Bundesliga table. Let's now take a look at the results there. Olympique Lyon beating Evian by 3-0. Bordeaux winning 2-0 against Saint-Etienne. And, of course, Guingamp and Paris Saint-Germain drawing 1-1. Same as that game between Ajaccio and Sochaux, where they drew 1-1. Montpellier beat Nice by 3-1. And 0-0 is the Nantes and Stade de Reims game, and Valenciennes and Lorient, Lille and Stade Rennes all drawing 1-1. So this is what it's looking like on the table for the French Ligue 1. So Paris Saint-Germain still enjoying their dominance in this league. And Ajaccio and Sochaux are not too comfortable there, already in the relegation dogfight. All right, so in a bit we'll be bringing you the moment of the day, but let's see how it goes. Ruth, final words before we go. Mm-hmm. Ghana plays Nigeria in the semi-final of the CHAN tournament.
I'm Bagana all the way, but I think it's a big derby. We shouldn't take anything for granted. Nigeria's on form. They're having a great tournament. It seems like South Africa is where they do well. They did well in the African Cup of Nations last year. They seem to be doing well again, but I'm very certain that the South African fans are right behind the Ghanaian team. They should just rise to the occasion. I don't see why they should lose. They should just be careful and take their chances. Don't waste the opportunity to score, because I think they can win. But, there's always that Nigerian confidence that lurks behind, and, it's only over when the whistle goes.
All right, so quick messages before we check out of the studio. Taylor's Corner from McCarthy Hill says, the local Black Stars, from my point of view, performed abysmally last night, but only qualified on the stroke of grace. They play as if they just started playing football. And Yaya is just an ordinary player. Let's not exaggerate his performance. They need to work harder and play as a team, or else... Leo Lopez says, good morning, Nat. The local Black Stars will surely go to the final. Liverpool will take Arsenal down in the FA Cup. And what's up in Montari? Is he staying at AC Milan? Well, so far, nothing has been heard concerning whether or not Sude Ali Montari will be making a move. Of course, he's been linked to a couple of clubs, especially in the English Premier League. So, Ruth, thank you so much for being here with us. Thanks to all of you as well for keeping it here on the show. Later on, George Attoh Jr. will bring you the football show as more stories will be done and more analysis will be done on the major sporting headlines for the weekend and, of course, ahead of us. Well, so I'll be here on Wednesday, as always and as usual. You all stay well. Thanks to the whole production team here at Joy Sports. My name is Nathaniel Attoh, and I have love for sport.
Oscar. Oh, it's a goal. Well, it certainly worked for Chelsea.